Amid the wide open spaces of the Great Basin Desert, just outside of the town of Fallon, Nevada, lies an oasis known as the Stillwater National Wildlife Refuge. One of the most significant wetland systems in the American West, Stillwater attracts up to 250,000 migratory birds annually, including waterfowl, shorebirds, and waterbirds.
Spring Wings is an event we hold every year in Fallon to celebrate International Migratory Bird Day. We take tours to Stillwater National Wildlife Refuge, Soda Lake, Carson River, and Carson Lake. We do this because we want to celebrate the migration, educate people on the natural resources we have here, and have a lot of fun.
Stillwater is known for its importance for migrating birds, particularly waterfowl and shorebirds, as they move up and down the Pacific Flyway both in the spring and fall on their way to their breeding and nesting areas. Also, it's important for nesting species like white-faced ibis and American white pelican and others that come here to brood, nest, and raise their young. It's an oasis in the desert. It's a closed basin system, which is unique in that these wetlands are terminal. They do not enter to the sea.
And here along the Pacific Flyway, you have birds that are coming all the way from southern South America, traveling as far north as the high Arctic in North America. And if you take away a place like Stillwater, this whole system falls apart because these birds need these stopover sites, these absolutely critical stopover sites. This is not just a good place for birds in western Nevada. This is an absolutely crucial place for migratory birds in western Nevada.
To join in the migration celebration, we headed to Stillwater Marsh for a bird hike of our own. The warmth and rays of the early morning sun blanketed the refuge, transforming it into a perfect picture postcard. We headed to the trailhead to begin our walk. This area has been home to the ancestors of the northern Paiute Indians for thousands of years. Signage along the winding path described how these wetlands provided food, shelter, and clothing in the midst of the harsh desert environment. A brilliantly colored yellow-headed blackbird greeted us as we made our way to the viewing deck to fully take in the sights and sounds of the marsh. A western grebe swam by, unaware of our presence. As they made their way through the vegetation, two cinnamon-teal ducks were partially camouflaged. A white pelican swooped down, making a perfect water landing. We followed a flock of ibis overhead until our attention was turned to the flitting about of another group of birds. Closer inspection revealed a large colony of cliff swallows, as well as their uniquely identifiable mud nest.